The Multicultural Education and Counseling through the Arts organization known as MACA is getting ready for its 23rd annual Dia de Muertos festival.
Yes, it is a two-day event free for the community, and you'll be able to celebrate arts, community, and culture. Joining us to share more is Luis Gavito, the Ofrenda's exhibition curator for the Dia de Muertos Festival. Good morning, Luis. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, if you can, tell us about MACA first, because it's been around for decades.
It's been around for about 40 years, and it's been providing services, especially in the Latino community. It's located in the historic 6th Ward. And it primarily provides after-school programs for children. It keeps the traditions alive because it teaches the ballet folklorico, mariachi, and things like that. So, but it also provides other services for adults.
Okay, so now you come in to play at this time of year as the curator for the ofrendas for the Dia de Muertos celebration. How did you get involved?
Well, first of all, I got involved because I created an ofrenda for my own parents. You know, certainly I'm closer to the tomb than I am to the womb. So, you know, death is something that you start thinking about. And it was part of my traditions as growing up. I'm from the valley, from the Rio Grande Valley. So, but we celebrate it mostly at the cemeteries. You know, we bring foods in the cemeteries on November 1st and then November 2nd, All Saints Day and All Souls Day. And, but then I started creating an ofrenda for my parents, and then I'm sort of a folk artist, so I create things anyway. So I started getting really involved and then became the curator. For the past 8 years, I've been the curator.
What is, and they're elaborate. They can be elaborate.
They can be, and I'm glad you started your clip with your ofrenda, because I think that the centerpiece of the whole festival are the ofrendas, and sometimes we forget that. It's a day of remembrance. Yeah. We remember our ancestors, and yes, there's all the frivolity, the great food, and the music and the entertainment, but the centerpiece is the ofrenda. And I think that one of the things that MACA has that perhaps other festivals don't have is this great exhibition of ofrendas. We have over 30 plus ofrendas.
Wow.
That, you know, the community members have come and created the ofrendas.
So you're working with a lot of others to create these 30 plus ofrendas.
Correct. The individuals create their own, but we do have one community ofrenda where anyone can come, that comes to the festival, can bring a picture or a token of love and place it at the community ofrenda.
It's so interesting to me because they're like these two sides of preparing for Dia de Muertos, because there's the celebration, there's the creation, the artistry. You know, we're building arches and we're laying out, but then we put the pictures out, and there's this emotional connection to our ancestors that brings about a different emotion. It's a sort of bittersweetness. We miss them, we love them, we're honoring them, but it's still beautiful and it's still fun in a certain way to me.
Absolutely, yeah. I refer to them as works of the heart. And I think that people that come and see them, you know, you can't help but remember your own people that have departed, and therefore it is very emotional. But the Mexican approach to death is one that, you know, death is part of life. And sometimes, not that we're celebrating death, but we're not afraid of death. And the thing is, the whole thing with the festival, the remembrance, is the great memories we've had with our departed loved ones, and that we don't just put them in the tomb and we forget about them, but the memories are still with us and we keep them alive.
And we keep those memories alive, so when, you know, we feel them around us, right? We feel our loved ones in a sense. That's the message, is that they're never really gone. They're always with us.
Absolutely. My parents have been gone for over 40 years, and when I put up my ofrenda, it is a very emotional thing, because I start remembering, you know, just putting a certain token, you know, the glasses that they wore or the rosaries that they prayed, you know, it brings up the emotions, but it's a good thing. Right. And you know, some people say that we die two deaths. One death is our physical death, and one death is when nobody ever says our name again. And we're there to say people's names.
And it's okay for the ofrenda to continue to grow. I mean, we've added, you know, unfortunately, again, people pass, but we have the ability to continue to honor them. So I feel like an ofrenda is a growing and changing tribute each and every year.
Absolutely. We have a family that's come in for many, many years. There's about 6 or 7 sisters that come together and they put up the ofrendas. Well, one of the sisters passed away and now her daughter comes and puts up an ofrenda for her mother. So it's a generational thing and it's a great way to teach children their roots. You know, because you have the picture, well, this was your great-grandfather, this was your grandmother, and it keeps on teaching. And it's so important to keep traditions alive. I'm a big, traditions is something really big.
Yeah, especially, you know, if you're coming from another country and you're learning the American traditions, but you're also, yes, keep those traditions alive.
Correct.
So beautiful.
Luis
Correct.
Gavito, thank you so much for sharing really quickly the event details again, one last time.
Don't
It's a
forget,
two-day
the
event.
festival is the last weekend in October, the 27th and the 28th. And it's from 11 to 7 p.m. And it's a free festival. Of course, you know, there's the food, the music, the frivolity. But the main thing is that exhibition inside the old Dow building, which is over 100 years old. And you have all of these ofrendas. And like you mentioned, it's an emotional, spiritual experience.
Beautiful.
So please come.
Yes.
Thank you for
to
being here,
experience
Luis.
it.
Appreciate it and sharing
Thank you,
that.
Luis.
Thank you for having us.